Unbelievable afternoon. What is it like after, let's face it, some tough times to see this place like this?
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Being here with our people, with the fans, with the team, we really know how we suffer on this during the season. But the only way is putting the face here and showing who we are. And I think today it was the best moment to do it. And I think the team, not just the players who were on the pitch, but also on the bench, the staff, everyone was part of that.
Is the togetherness you feel with the fans, the energy that's here right now, just maybe the best you've known it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think one important thing that Michael Carrick said, he said, use the energy of the people. And today I think we did it, and when we are together like this, it's impossible to lose at home.
Brian, is it your most special day so far in the red shirt?
Yeah, I think it's one of them. Obviously, scoring in front of this stand is unbelievable. In a derby is even more. And like Licha said, the atmosphere, we used the energy of the fans today, and this place was unbelievable today.
What's it been like for you in the last sort of week or two? You obviously have the pride of going away and representing your country, and while you're there and you come back, everything's changed.
Yeah, obviously, when I came back, a lot of things changed, but I think we have a very good group. We've always been together, stick together. We have fantastic unit, so I think it's unbelievable.
Sandra, obviously Brian got his goal. The other thing that happened today is you kept Man City as a whole, but Erling Haaland quiet. Really proud of that. Not just the defence, but the defensive effort as a whole from the whole team.
Absolutely, absolutely. When you play against these kind of players, the team defend, not just one or two players. And I think today we defend so good. We were compact all the time, and then you have the confidence to go to the duels. And I think you feel today different energy when you see in the eyes of the player. And I think today the team won. That's the most important for me, and I'm happy with that.
It feels like we've been talking about your height ever since you came to England, but a defender like you, not the biggest centre-half, how do you deal with a giant like Haaland, and obviously not just a giant, a top player as well?
Being focused the whole game. I think if you give 1 or 2 seconds to Haaland, he will score. And I think you have to be really focused in the game and don't have to be comfortable in the back like nothing happened, because then the switch and the change, the click and the score, they are like this. That's why Haaland every season scored 30, 40 goals. So I think we have to be always focused.
Okay. Brian, last word on the new manager. How well has he done to bring you together in terms of the emotional effort, the intensity, but also the tactical switches he made today? How much of this is down to him, to Michael Carrick?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of everything. Obviously, it's not easy because we had only 3 days, and I think, as I said, because we are all together, we all want to go in the same way, in the same aim as well. So, I think we tried to be as focused as possible today. As Licha said, we've been a lot together. Everyone was defending, everyone was attacking. So, at the end, it's been a team effort today. Very good result.
Well played, both of you.
Thank you.
Yes, he will. The derby at the Stretford end, making those fans extremely happy. And he's just made a good point there, Peter. 3 days, I think it was 2.5 sessions on the grass they've had, Michael Carrick and his new team. So to get a response and a performance like that in that short space of time.
What they've done has been absolutely fantastic. And I think more than anything, they've been talking to them. They made them understand what Manchester United is supposed to be. And then he's given them the freedom to go and do that. So there was no, as soon as they won the ball, it didn't matter where the ball was won, there was no restraint. Go forward. And we saw that in the first goal. You had, it's a free kick that Harry defends, heads it out, and all of a sudden they're 4 against 2. That's not something I've seen for a very, very long time in Manchester United. But that is what Manchester United historically always has been able to do. As soon as the ball is won, you go forward, and you don't think about what's going to happen behind you. That, I think, is something they've been talking to them about a lot, that when you get that opportunity. And it was fantastic. I mean, I can't praise Michael Carrigan and his staff enough for what they've done in such a short space of time, because it was not easy. And again, I go back to the 2 games where Fletcher was in charge. There was no difference. You couldn't see a difference with the same players. Today, it was 2 different worlds. You know, it's just, if they could keep this up, I'm just looking at the fixtures left, you know. The Champions League is
one game and you dream it. One thing Michael did say was, I've told the players to enjoy it. We're playing for Manchester United, you're playing at Old Trafford here. And you saw a smile on not just the players, but the supporters' face again today, Michael.
Yeah, but you can't... Enjoyment is a byproduct. You know, you don't go onto the pitch thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to love this today. Winning, you know, you only enjoy it if you're winning, if you're scoring goals, if you're breaking fast. I mean, the pace in that Manchester United team now, you know, they got... Peter said about direct, they were looking forward, but you can do that when you've got pace up front. And everywhere you look, there was players wanting to run forward. And then you get 1 or 2 players on the ball. You know, you get Bruno on the ball, you get Kobe Mainoo on the ball. Casemiro was brilliant today. You know, and all of a sudden it looks like a team when you've got those players willing to run forward. So, yes, enjoyment, and everybody loves playing football. I mean, it's the greatest game in the world. But I tell you what, it's the worst game in the world when you're playing rubbish as well. And you can't enjoy it then. And these Manchester United players have probably hated football, hated the game for a long, long time. So, yes, enjoyment is really important, but I don't think that you can go onto a pitch and say, oh, yeah, we're just going to enjoy it today. Enjoyment comes with playing well and winning, and they will more than enjoy it tonight.
And City didn't enjoy it. And some of those points Michael's making about the way United set up with that pace, and did it catch them out a little bit?
Potentially. Well, I'm going to say obviously because it worked and they lost 2-0. But in regards to the way City are susceptible to chances and goals being scored against them, that it was perfect for them. They like to press high. They like to keep every player up high to sustain attacks, but then when you find yourself defending, it's either an offside or one-on-one, and you can't get that right every time. Can we any of us think of a moment in the game where someone was jockeying a United forward and there was delay in the attack? It was either he's offside or he's in on goal, and you can't defend like that. You're not able to give yourself a breather, to be honest. It's hard to kind of get a momentum in the game, because even if it's offside, it still lifts the crowd and it still gives momentum to the attacking team. So they probably need to learn to defend a little bit deeper and suffer and be comfortable in making it harder to beat, rather than when someone wins the ball, within 3 passes, they can be in front of your goal. And again, the first goal, that can't happen. They can't have an attack. And if I just think about where Cherki took the free kick from and the distance, Mbeumo's 10 yards ahead of him. By the time he scored the goal, I think Cherki's 40 yards behind him. Like, that can't be, especially in a derby, that can't be the outcome to any goal.
Let's have a look.
Who played with front foot, who won all the duels, who could have had more goals and deserved the win for what the manager has done. And we started the show and you asked me the question, could he get the job permanently? And I went, even with 17 wins, if he carries on like that, I might have to come back to you. I've got to be honest.
This is what emotion in football does to people, because, as you say, already people are starting to have that conversation. Tim, for Manchester United, this has been a long time coming. That performance, not just the result, but that performance has been, what, 5 years maybe coming?
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned it earlier. These players need to enjoy their football again, and I think we saw that. Michael Carrick picked the right team. You know, we said Šeško's on the bench, Cunha's on the bench. At least one of those should have started, but he said, no, I'm going to pick a team to do the work and to break, and it's also an energetic team. So what we saw there was he picked the players who would press on the front foot when it was time to press, and they did a great job of it. But again, I think this is what we now need to see, and it's a continuum. It never stops with Manchester United. We need more of those performances. We joke about the 17 games, but if they can perform like that against Manchester City, they can do that in any game this season. I don't know if they'll win every game, but they can perform that way, and that's the standard.
I suppose the problem is we have seen them play well in big games over the years.
Correct.
Like Tim says, now, who have they got next? They've got Arsenal, they've got Arsenal away.
Games,
so maybe that's a good thing. Then they've got Fulham at home. That, as Tim says, is what needs to carry on.
Yes, but if you think about this, guys had 2 or 3 days training. He's had words, he's had meetings, he's got the players. When you see that kind of performance, that kind of energy back, that gives you a chance. That alone gives you the chance. And Jose Mourinho's tried, Luis van Gaal's tried, Erik ten Hag's tried, Ruben Amorim's tried. I haven't seen a game like that where United have been so aggressive to get the ball and play, and at the top end of the pitch they look dangerous today as well.
Tim, how damaging for Manchester City in the title race?
It's surely got to be done. I mean, it was one of those where at 6 points I'm thinking if they can claw this to 3 and really make it a race at 9, that's done and dusted.
Well, it was an early start for the Manchester derby this morning, so if you're just...
Yep, one of those changes. Harry Maguire hasn't started since November the 8th. He's been out injured. Substitute appearance in Darren Fletcher's second game in charge. In terms of leadership and experience, has he got it all for you, Peter? Pleased to see him in today.
I think he's shown that many times. In terms of that leadership, he's always been Man United's biggest and most important player. And you'd kind of worry, he's been out for quite a while now. He's only come back and played some of one game. And you would worry with anybody else to start him in a game like this. But I'd never worry about him. He's a true defender. He's such a great leader. I still consider him to be the captain of the team. When you're on location and you can look at him rather than what the camera sees, you understand how important he is. And of course, up against one of the best strikers, if not the best striker in the world. You need people like that in there to lead and control and help everyone in this game.
15th derby for Harry Maguire today. First for Bryan Mbeumo, like Ahmad, back from the African Cup of Nations. Out of all the new signings, has he been the most impressive to hit the ground running for you?
Probably, yeah. I like their signings, actually. Šeško, I'm probably, the jury's still out, let's say, but him and Cunha, I've liked the way they've focused on the attack, because, you know, if you've got a good attack, if you're creating chance, if you're keeping the ball a little bit better, then it takes the pressure off your defence. I mean, Manchester United, they were so bad going forward. It always puts pressure on your defence if that's the case. Not just because you're not scoring goals, but, you know, you're not keeping the ball, you're not sustaining attack. So I think focusing on that area was a good thing over the summer. And Premier League experience, as we've already spoken about, him and Cunha. Like Peter, slightly surprised that Cunha's not playing. But no, he's been a very good signing, and I quite like this Manchester United team. The only question mark is, just looking before at the two defenders, if I was Erling Haaland today, I'd be pulling right onto Martinez. I mean, you don't want to go anywhere near Harry Maguire when it comes to an aerial tussle, although you would still say it'd be a really good battle. There is no battle at the back post there. Yes, Martinez will want to make it a battle, but he's half his size and half his athleticism, got half his athleticism. So if I was him, I'd be saying to Doku, who was on the left-hand side, none of these tricks. Get the ball back in. I'm going to pull onto that back post, and you just float it up onto that post. It's a mismatch. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays the game as well.
Indeed it will. Welcome back. So no goals in the 198th Manchester derby, but much to talk about. Now, Michael Carrick in charge. Almost a dream start. 2 minutes, 49 seconds in. He's recalled Harry Maguire today. Should this have been 1-0?
I can't believe, of all players on the pitch, that he missed that one. Yeah, I mean, again, it's been an absolutely fantastic, well-played first half with a lot of intent to score goals.
So the answer to my question is what, yes?
I think he should have scored there.
Thank you.
He's going to be disappointed with that, but what a great start. And this man here, we talked about it pre-match, how he set his players up. This is what we're looking for. Do they show what we want as fans, what we want to see? They've been terrific in the first half.
Now, big talking point, yellow card for Diego Dallo for this challenge on Jeremy Doku. Bit of disagreement here. Jolyon, you go first.
I think it's a red card. Initially, I didn't, to be honest. I think this angle here, Mo doesn't agree, but the action and the straight leg, that to me, and it's higher than the actual ball itself, so he can't just be attempting to play the ball if he's higher than the ball. So, yeah, it's a strange one.
OK, let me just tell you, Craig Pawson's in VAR for this game. He had a look. This is the match centre explanation. The referee's called a yellow card to Dallo for a reckless challenge. Was checked and confirmed by VAR with the contact deemed to be glancing and not with excessive force.
I agree with that. listen, it's high, and it's one of those, if you pause it, if you slow it down and do all these things to make any tackle look worse, then I think, you know, it would appear to be red. But I agree with that. I think it's more glance, and he flicks the ball, and he if there was massive force and massive weight with a straight leg, and it endangers the player, but I think at worst he gets a little cut. I think it is a glancing blow. I totally agree with that statement. These two guys disagree with me.
No, it's glancing contact. But if he, I don't think he's intentionally not had more contact on him. I think it's just the position of Doku. I think if he's a bit closer, the force is there, and I don't think that's by design by Dalot. I just think the distance between them. So in regards to the glancing aspect and the contact, 100% agree with that. But that's too high, and his leg is way too straight. From someone,
it has to be straight if you're stretching for the ball. It's not straight,
he's not
and
flicking.
like really trying to break his leg. He's trying to hit the ball and flicks the ball and flicks the.
But the action to flick would be more that rather than straight and then press.
He clips the ball and he brings his foot down virtually straight away. It's not a big follow through to break somebody's leg. I think it's a total attempt to play the ball.
OK. We're running out of time, so we have to look at some other things. We talked about Bruno Fernandes' position under Michael Carrick, who you basically explained that when he was in the studio. What kind of difference has he made?
Do you know what? I think Manchester United have been absolutely brilliant in this first half. I think it's been a very, very good game. Manchester City a little bit shaky at the back, but they've looked dangerous as well. And Burmo could potentially take that, but it's a great touch and effort. But I just think that Fernandes in this position, he's so much more effective. He's going to be a great player no matter where he plays on the pitch, and that's the point. But in this position, he's at the centre of everything. He's getting the ball in dangerous areas. We all know about his chance creation. He's mistimed it slightly. Can he run across the face and stay onside? Can he time his run better? We're talking only, you know, a foot offside. And Manchester United have scored 2 of those goals that have been dragged back for offside. But I think he has been pivotal to everything. I think Manchester United have been absolutely brilliant, look really dangerous, and Michael Carrick will be thrilled with that first half performance. There'll be a positive team talk at half-time, and they just need to keep that going.
He did have one nervous moment. Max Allain, what a moment this almost was on his derby debut for the 20-year-old.
Yeah, this would have been sensational. Not being that strong defensively, City, but opportunity to score a goal from a set piece is always there. Well worked, free header for Ake, and maybe can Haaland get a touch, but again, that would have been against the winner play. Like Mo said, Man United have been exceptional this half, and probably feel disheartened that they haven't gone with a lead.
Lammers did well, though, didn't he?
No, I think he's done well all season. He's been a fantastic signing. It's something they've got right at Manchester United. What's interesting is that Man City has had 72% of the ball,
but that's their only effort on target.
That's their only effort at target, but. It shows how Manchester United are playing, and I like this. For 32%, when they get the ball, they attack and they try to get, an end product in quickly. And that is something we haven't seen for a very, very long time. And I really have enjoyed these 45 minutes. And I hope, because we've seen good periods in the last couple of months with Man United in certain spells, especially in first halves, I hope they can continue this. And that's a big test now.
Still goalless, but as Peter was saying, very watchable first 45 minutes of the Manchester derby. But what a chance, Roy, for Harry Maguire to lift the roof off early.
We spoke about Harry's defending, but in terms of being a threat at set pieces, we watch him all the way here, good movement, muscles away in there, and then he's literally a yard out, and he would feel, of course, he's got to score. When you're that near the goal, what a start that would have been. Very aggressive.
How does he actually miss?
I'm not sure. He's almost too easy for him when he gets to it. He's concentrated that much on getting contact with it, but he just got to get a bit lower. What a start that would have been for United. But really good game. It's like a cup tie. Excellent.
Made it at that highest point. You're thinking, can he just get it down just a bit? But he's directed it straight forward.
Has this been the best of Manchester United, Daniel? When actually City have been in possession, they've nicked the ball and then looked to break quickly?
They've been very compact. They've set up fantastic. This pass from Bruno Fernandes, by the way, first time on the move. Wow. And the touch was brilliant from Dorgu. They've been a threat all game going forward, and this one here, Mooch.
Yeah, just Rodri, a bit sloppy, pass back there. You think maybe Mbeumo could react a little bit earlier, maybe wants the pass maybe a bit firmer, but it was good covering from Christenhoff in that situation there.
But maybe there is an argument that Manchester United should have been down to 10 with 10 minutes on the clock. Dalot on Doku. Right in front of us here, Micah, and Mike Dean, incidentally working for Soccer Saturday, says it's 100% a red card from what he's seen. A VAR saying it lacked the intensity and force to overturn the on-field decision, which was a yellow card.
He's on top of his knee. That's as clear as red card as you're going to see. I mean, what more do you want for a red card. He stood
Well, they
on the knee.
say it's a glancing blow rather than having the intensity and force.
That's not a glancing blow.
It's
that.
not-
That's,
it's not
that's to take a
glancing.
knee in a boxing match. That's you taking a knee there. You've got a good punch to the jaw. That right there is not. It looks like a red. If I'm Doku, I'm staying down. I'm staying down. If he stays down longer,
He helps him definitely.
yeah, he gets up quick. He wants to.
my
That's not. Nah.
I'd agree. I think
That's a red
It's
bag.
a red card.
Do you think the fact that it's come so early in the game has perhaps helped him?
Well, maybe, but then obviously they've had a look at it. Do you know what I mean? You have an opportunity. Again, we always argue about, it doesn't matter what minute it is it too early? Too early to score a goal, a bad tackle like that? Listen, I've been down this road before and I've given out some heavy tackles and been on the receiving end of a few. To me, I'm no expert on red cards, but I think it's a red.